Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here. Hope all you guys are having a very good week. Um, yeah. Anyway, today is the 24th of January. We got pretty good games here today, as you see, 3, 6, 9 of them. Some very, very big tournaments there on FanDuel. You got that 1,500. You got the $77 one. So FanDuel definitely jumped up, a couple of their tournaments. So yeah, a lot of money to be made here on this 9-game slate. So yeah, last couple days been doing pretty good as normal here for our premium lineups, and also golf hasn't been doing too bad as well. So this was last night. This is one of our subs, scored a 333.2. As you see there, he won. Put in 155 bucks and won 494 off it. And like I said, keep in mind, guys, it's only a 40 bucks for the entire month, so he just easily made his money back for at least 4 or 5 months there. So yeah, 333.2. We had Murray, which he went off. Curry, Lee, Hardaway, LeBron, he sucked, but had to put him in there. Beasley, Bertans, Green, and Al Horford. So, yeah, definitely a very good night for us. Some of our other subs won as well. Obviously not as much, but still will definitely take the money there. As you see that one, another one there. Not as much, but definitely, money is money. So, yeah, definitely not too bad of a night last night. As you see, a lot of our subs did win. And then this was the 22nd. This was on Monday. Sorry about that. Yeah, Monday. Scored a 361.7. As you see there, not too bad. As you see, didn't win too much, but, double up your money. Definitely take that. Increase your bankroll. That is definitely the way to go there. So, yeah, guys, overall, last couple days still been doing very, very good. As I said, a 361 on Monday and a 333.2 yesterday for Tuesday. And this is how I finished for golf at the Career Builder Challenge there in California. Won 1,400, and these two won 400 and 400. So, definitely, not too bad. Could have been better, but I definitely will take that. I had John Rahm with a 153.7. Brian Harmon stalled 107. Didn't do too good on round 4. Only it was a 1 under par. Ches Reve, don't know if that's how you say it. Anyway, he only had an 80. He was doing good, and then didn't do too crazy at the end. Swafford, not bad with a 94.6. He was the winner last year, so that's why I picked him. Jason Hadley, not many people had this guy, had 100.1, and then Lingmerth had an 88. So overall, we'll definitely take that. I wish I had a couple more guys that scored around 90 to 100, but Rom definitely made up for that. So yeah, guys, still been doing pretty good. As I said, golf was very good. Last couple days here for NBA, 361 and a 333. We are still going a very good over here. So if you guys are interested, as normal, let us know. 40 bucks for the entire month for NBA, and as I said, you can easily make that back, as you see here with one of our subs. This was last night, and then as normal, PGA. Love to have you guys. It's only 10 bucks for a four-day slate. It always starts Thursday, and always ends on Sunday. So only 10 bucks. Once you guys send that, we do have a PGA page that will accept you for the week, and you guys will get in on those lineups. To get in on PGA and NBA, you have to check out our website as normal, kdamafia.net. We'll have that also in the comment section. Click on that, and we'll get you all signed up as normal. You will have to have a Twitter to access our lineups. So, yeah, guys, still doing very good. We'd love to have you guys on board if you guys are not on board yet, or if you guys, been gone for a while. We'd love to have you guys back. So, definitely still doing very good. Hopefully, you guys have been doing very good as well. So, anyway, yeah, like I said, a 9-game slate. Got a couple injuries. I'm guessing a couple more will be coming throughout the day, so definitely keep that in mind. So before we start, let's go look at Draft Dashboard, the sleepers of the day here, under 6,500 bucks. As you see there, there's only 3 here that are projected at. Sorry, I have 100 out of 100 rating. We got Darren Gollison against Phoenix. We know how that is. He's only 5,400. I think he can easily get you 30 to 35 in this one. Kind of a cash game option for you. He's going to be, relatively well owned. So cash game option there for Collison. Denzel Valentine against Philly. I personally not really feeling that one. His minutes have been all over the place. Plus Philly, it might be a little slower game. So that's up to you if you want to go that way. I'm not really feeling it. Lamb, on the other hand, I do like him. As normal, his minutes are always up and down, but he's usually productive in those minutes. 5,600. He's the last couple games, 26 and 29, just hitting right below. 33 and 28 in his last two. I was looking at Holiday, my bad. 4,500. Yeah, he's definitely hit over 5 times in the last two. But as normal, as I said, his minutes are always up and down. So if you think he's going to go, be productive in his minutes he's given, which he could be, it is New Orleans, should be, a high scoring game. So that's up to you. So I really don't mind him. Moving on to Justin Holiday. Playing very big minutes, 26, 29 in his last two. He's sitting just under 5 times, but, Dunn, I think, is going to continue to be out. So I don't mind him. I really don't mind Brown. He had a bad game last time, but I like him here against the Clippers. Should be a very good high total over there. Like I said, back-to-back, but, I think get you 25 to 30 in this one. Matthews, maybe put him in there. Half-decent matchup against Houston. Should be high-scoring. Might shoot some threes for you. Saric, I love him against Chicago. We saw how Cousins and Davis did last time against Chicago. Double overtime. They just annihilated. Cousins had, 97 or 98 fantasy points for Fanduel, so just annihilated. So I really like the bigs for Chicago. As normal, Batum, he usually doesn't get much ownership, but I love him here. New Orleans is not a good defense against the shooting guard area. Don't mind putting him in there. He's been up and down, 24, 44, and 22, but I think he gets you 30 to 33 in this one at low ownership. Don't mind Thaddeus Young here. 6,200. Price went up a little bit, but I think you can consider him. Covington, he's been looking good as well. Like I said, I'm not too afraid of Chicago defense, so I don't mind putting him in there. So, a couple have decent guys in there. Let's go look at the studs here just real quick, and then we'll get into the slate. So that was just all of kind of the sleepers there. Here is the studs here for FanDuel. We got James Harden, number 1 overall. Honestly, he hasn't been looking too good. 44, 42, and 33. That looks nice and all, but he's 11,500. That's not really what he should be at. That's only like maybe 4 times value. So, and against Dallas, not a bad matchup, but it could be a little slower game there. They could blow them out, or Dallas could keep up with them. I haven't looked at the spread yet. Let's go look at it real quick. We got 6.5 spread, so maybe they stay with them a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it. Joel Embiid, I don't mind him, though, as I just mentioned how Cousins did last time against Chicago. Joel Embiid should eat here easily. I love Kemba Walker against New Orleans. As I said, just going to continue to probably target a couple against New Orleans there for sure. Don't mind Irving. Not too afraid of the Clippers defense right now. Lowry, he's been half decent, but that could be a slower game. As I mentioned, there's Collison. DeRozan against Atlanta, maybe half decent. He hasn't been too crazy either, but half decent price tag there. And then you got Warren. I don't mind him. Victor Oladipo, I love him tonight. He's been up and down as well, but I can easily see 45 to 50, maybe 55 in this one. Lillard, not the best matchup for him, but this Portland-Minnesota game, I personally do think it will be a half-decent game here, so I don't mind a couple in that one. Also, I think – let me go look here. I was just going to talk about him. Jimmy Butler unlikely to play Wednesday, so that means Bajinka, there he goes. Rating just popped up. Number 1 overall now. He's going to be very popular. He's only $3,600. Wow. I think you're going to have to do the same thing here with Minnesota, is just kind of stack on the Minnesota bandwagon there. I know Portland is a lot better team than Clippers when Minnesota did play them last time out, but I still like it. It's a 214 and only a 2 spread that should be a pretty good total there. Portland, they haven't really been too crazy. Minnesota very good against the Western Conference, so I'm expecting a pretty good game here. I do like that. So anyway, kind of getting off track. Let's get into it here. So we got Utah and Detroit to start off with 199 in Detroit by 2. Okay. Yeah. All excited for the slate, and then this game happens. Oh man. We got Rubio. He's been up and down. He had a bad game last time I picked him. He just sucked. He might rebound here, maybe 24-25. Not expecting too much from him, but very low ownership if you want to go that way. It's just too much in this matchup. don't really care for Mitchell. Maybe Bradley in a deep GPP, but Rudy's back. Drummond, I just don't really care for this game. Maybe Harris, but just to be straight up, I'm skipping this one. Don't really care for it. Way better games out there. So anyway, we got Phoenix and Indiana. We got a 216 in Indiana by 7. I do think Phoenix can keep up with them here for the most part. I think Turner, like I said, I haven't kept up on the Indy news. I think he's out. It's questionable. Okay, so yeah, if he does play, he's coming off the bench. So anyway, if he doesn't play as normal, you got Sabonis, you got Thaddeus Young. Those two are very good options there. Another guy I don't mind is Tyson Chandler. He did get the rest last time Monroe started. As normal as we know, Indiana not good against the power forward center position. Chandler not going to do crazy for you, maybe 25, 26, but very low ownership, I think, here. I do worry about his foul trouble, but if you want to go kind of against the grind, maybe put him in there. As I mentioned, you got Sabonis and Mr. Young there. Warren, a half-decent option here. Victor Oladipo, as I mentioned him, I like him. Booker, mentioned him. I like him as well, obviously. Had a bad one last time, but I like him here. Collison, I really like him. And then Joseph, I don't mind him coming off the bench. Always does good here against kind of these fast-paced games here. He's been up and down recently, but one thing I do love is his minutes right there. 28 and 30 minutes, and then 26 and 29. So last 3 games, yeah, look, they've been terrible, but I love that his minutes are up there. So, if he catches fire against a really, really bad Phoenix team, who knows? He might get you 25, 26 points at only 4,500. No one will have him because he's just been straight trash. So that's a GPP only right there. You got Ulyss, you got Cannon, very cheap. Haven't been paying attention to these guys. Ulyss has just been trash. Cannon, I don't know if you can really even touch these Phoenix point guards here. He's been half decent, 20, 25, and 22. He's only 3,800 playing half decent minutes. So obviously you're going to pick Cannon over Tyler Ulyss. So I'm looking at maybe Cannon, maybe Collison. I think he'll be a cash option here. Corey Joseph, like I said, he's been terrible last 3 games, but his minutes are still half decent. So maybe he just maybe get you 23, 24, but that's only a deep GPP option only. Oladipo, Booker, love those two. Warren, don't mind him. 7,100, definitely I like that price tag. Sabonis, Young, definitely like those two. And then maybe Chandler in 1 or 2 lineups. So, that's a cash game for sure. Game, so definitely pick and choose who you want in that one. All right, Chicago, Philly, 218, and Philly by 5. All right, so as I mentioned with you guys, Davis and Cousins obviously annihilated them. So you got Joel Embiid once again. I like him. Simmons, point guard, but he can really play anywhere. This guy, I don't know, man, what's been going on with Simmons. He's obviously not used to playing these many games, and for some dang reason, he's still $8,700, which blows my mind. This guy has been just terrible. 31, 25, 22, 38, 19. He hasn't even hit 5 times value in over a week and a half, 2 weeks. Maybe at the 46 and 45 here. But who knows? Maybe he breaks out of it here. He's still playing big minutes. He's just not aggressive. His shots are just, his shooting is just not there. His field goal attempts just haven't been there. But, as I mentioned, Chicago, not a good defense, so maybe put him in there. I do like Marketing. Don't mind Nikola Mirotic, but Saric for sure, I really don't mind him. Saric and Joel Embiid, and then, like I said, maybe some Marketing. And I guess if you want to look at Simmons, that's up to you. Covington, he's been looking better, but we know he can randomly suck for you, so keep that in mind. Denzel Valentine had a good rating, but I'm not too into him. Holiday, yeah, don't mind him. One guy I think will have a very, very good game here is Mr. TLC. Watch out for him. 22 and 23 doesn't seem like a lot, but he's shooting pretty good here. 16 points and 20 points. If he gets a couple rebounds and assists, he might get you 26, 27 points. I think this is actually a pretty good spot for him. Got to start last couple games because of Redick being out. 4,200 against the Chicago team, as I told you, not that good, and a 218 total there. Yeah, I really do not mind some TLC at all in this game. So definitely keep an eye on him. And then point guard, you got a Grant. I think he'll be very popular here with Dunn being out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so McConnell's out, Bayless is out. Alrighty. Well, yeah, TLC. Shoot, I like him even more now. I don't know who this is. James Young. You might get more playing time. So yeah, I guess that makes you like. I guess Simmons a little bit more. Anderson might get more playing time here. Just not doing too much. So it looks like the starters are gonna have to play big minutes here because they don't have much going on here. Reddick's out, Connell's out, Fultz obviously has been out, Bayless is out. So TLC even more. Covington obviously don't mind him. So I guess just all these Philly starters, you're gonna have to put them in there. Because they're just so limited here. So this should be a good one. You're going to want to target a lot in this game here in cash option as well. 218 in Philly only by 5, so really don't mind that one. All right, moving on. We got New Orleans and Charlotte. We got a 224 total here in Charlotte by 2. So anyway, New Orleans, they've had a couple days to rest after that Chicago game. I guess a day and a half there. Yeah, should be a good one. As you guys saw, a lot of the high totals there on draft dashboard. A lot of people had some very good ratings in this game. So as normal, you got Cousins and you got Mr. Anthony Davis for you. That is up to you who you want to pick there. One guy that I think is going to be underrated here is Mr. Dwight Howard. I'd honestly rather have Howard than Cousins here. He's been putting up about the same amount of numbers. Obviously not last game, but I'd rather have Howard than Cousins. But obviously Cousins is still a very good option. Davis is Davis. Don't mind him. Frank, Marvin Williams, pick and choose who you want. If Michael Kidd can't play, that obviously helps out Lamb a little bit there. Each one more hasn't been too crazy, but $4,800 and a very high score, 224 total here. Maybe get you 23-24. Had a big one against Chicago, but that obviously went to double overtime. And as I told you, I like Lamb and Batum here. I think Holiday, half decent option as well. And then obviously you got Kemba Walker. So another game, just pick and choose who you want. If you can get Davis or Cousins, I think you got to at least have one of them in there. And then obviously Walker, very, very good option. And then I don't mind Lamb and Batum either. So, yeah, a lot of pretty good games out here so far. Like I said, I'm targeting so far that Chicago game, New Orleans, and then a couple from that Phoenix game. So, moving on, Toronto and Atlanta, 214 and Toronto by 6. It's a nice total there, but, man, I just don't know who I'm really targeting in this one. Lowry, I think you can put him in there. DeRozan, put him in there, but I'm honestly not in this game. I know it's a 214, but I do think it could be a blowout here. Ibaka, he's been playing a little bit better as well. Actually, he has not. My bad. I thought he did because his price went up. Anyway, he's been trash. My goodness. I guess Jonas Valanciunas, I guess you can look at him. As we know, he's one of those guys that either get you 17 minutes or get you 28 minutes and then goes off. As you see, bad one against Minnesota. They definitely played some Portal a lot more here. Portal is one of those power forward center guys, but even him. So, honestly, I'm not in this game. I guess if you want to look at it, maybe Lowry and DeRozan, but for the most part, yeah, probably going to fade this one. All right, moving on. Houston, Dallas at 218, and Houston only by 6, which I don't know, maybe. Hopefully Dallas keeps up with them. As normal, you got Paul Dennis-Smith Jr. as my number one mid-range point guard on the slate, which a lot of other people are going to have him as well. You got Harden, Eric Gordon, like him. Matthews, maybe 22, 23. Harrison Barnes, normal, 30 to 35, hopefully, in this one from him. You got Clint Capella, Mejre. I don't know if he's going to play or not. He got ejected last time, and then he cussed out his coach. So, yeah, I guess you can look at Capella here and then maybe some Harrison Barnes. Harden, Gordon as normal, a couple of those guys, and then Paul, Dennis Smith. And then if you want, I guess you can maybe plug in Dirk, maybe Powell as a GPP option, but not too into those guys. Maybe plug in Ariza, Gerald Green, but in this one, sticking to the big guys. If you want, maybe look at Berea, maybe look at him as well. So, yeah, Smith, Paul, and Harden are the three big guys, and then you got Harrison Barnes is kind of what I'm looking at there. So, that game really quickly, but that's just a self-explanatory game. Just obviously you got your stars there, and if you do think that game's going to stay close at a 6 spread, then shoot, maybe load up on it. But as we know, Houston, good team, Dallas sucks, so it could go either way for sure. All right, here's a crappy game. Actually, there's a couple good plays here, but on paper looks terrible. We got a 193 total here in Memphis. We got a even spread here. If you don't think Popovich is going to sit any of his guys, you got Murray again. Had a very good game last night. I think his popularity will be very huge here, but I don't know if he's going to play big minutes. Parker looked pretty good as well last night. Then you got Evans. Honestly, just not really into any of these guys. I guess you look at Kyle Anderson a little bit. Jarrell Martin, maybe give him a look. Pau Gasol will probably play here, but I don't really care for this game. Like I said, it is a back-to-back here for San Antonio, so definitely watch out for a couple of guys maybe sitting here in this one. But, yeah, just don't really care for it. I guess Anderson and maybe Aldridge, but that's really it. All right, moving on, Minnesota, Portland, 214, and Portland by 2. So as I mentioned this one earlier, this should be a good one. You got Lillard, you got Jeff Teague. I'd probably have Teague over Lillard, but really don't mind Lillard, obviously. You got McCollum, you got Wiggins. Love both of those guys. Wiggins is just still way too cheap here. Jimmy Butler, as we just saw, probably won't play. Bajinka, he's probably going to get the start again. He'll be 80 and 90% owned at $3,600. If you guys do hear that in the background, I do apologize for that. It's been going on for a while. Anyway, you got Gibson. I don't mind him. Aminu is a pretty good defender, but I can see 25 to 26 from him in this one. And then I don't mind some Towns or Nurkic. So definitely going to be targeting Lillard, Jeff Teague here, McCollum, Wiggins, and definitely some Bajinka in this one. Maybe give Gibson a look. Aminu is a really good defender, so definitely keep that in mind. Who knows, maybe Aminu, 5,200. His minutes have been up and down as well, but he's, they're going to need him out there, I think. Like I said, he's been just terrible, but maybe get you 25 or 26 here. So going to want to target that one. Towns, I don't mind him, but I'm going to be targeting probably the front court for sure in this one. And who knows, maybe Napier get you 24, 25. He's been playing a little bit more as well. Had a couple injuries go on for sure, but maybe get you 25 or 26. But for me, just sticking to Lillard, Teague, McCollum, Wiggins, and Bajinka in this one. All right, last but not least, Boston and Clippers, 218, and the Clippers by 1. So Boston lost by 1 point last night against the Lakers. Smart missed the three-point shot, just ugly shot, but he missed it. Anyway, Irving, 8,200, just sitting way too cheap there. You got Theodosic at 4,900. Here against Irving, a very good defender. He's been up and down, maybe 24, 25 from him. If Evans can't play, that always makes me like Tyrone Wallace a little bit. Luke Williams, maybe if Williams and Evans are out once again. You got Smart, had a very good game last night. I don't mind going back to Smart here once again at that, 37 or 38? 38-4 in 33 minutes, so I don't mind putting him in there once again. Brown, as I mentioned, I don't mind him. Had a bad one last night, but I think get you 25 or 26 in this one. If Jordan is out once again, let me go look here. Is listed as doubtful. Okay, so Montrezl Harrell, Wesley Johnson, and then obviously some Blake Griffin. Al Horford, I don't mind him. Had a pretty good game last night as well. Montrezl Harrell, price definitely went down last time we saw him. It was around 6,200 or so. And price definitely did drop down quite a bit. But I don't mind him. I know it's not the best matchup against Boston, but 4,900. That is definitely a lot more respectable than he was up to 64, 6,500. So, and then maybe Marcus Morris, draft dashboard liked him as well. Usually comes off the bench here. $4,500. He's been looking half decent as well last couple games. So, yeah, that is it. A lot of, definitely a lot to look at here. So I'm just going to plug in my cheap guys here. We're going to put in a Valencia here for Minnesota. And then I'm just going to definitely plug in a couple guys that I like. I do like Wiggins in a cash option. Who else was I liking? I definitely like this game here. I'm going to go Dario Saric here a little bit. I do want to get in Joel Embiid. Grant. I'm just plugging in a couple guys that I like here. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Walker, I got to put him in there. Shooting guard, you got Oladipo. I don't think I can get him in there. 4,200, yeah, that drops you pretty good. So, anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at, as you see, and kind of stacking a couple of these early games here. Philly and Charlotte love those two, and then I don't mind these two late games here with Portland and the Clippers. So, yeah, I don't mind Paul Lillard. I think he's in a good spot. I really like some Kemba Walker here for sure at $8,400. And then Grant, very cashy here for 6,300. With Dunn being out, I like Oladipo. And then you got Wiggins for sure, Booker. Don't mind those guys. And then you got Valencia there at 3,700. Sorry, 36, very popular. Don't mind some Barnes, maybe Covington. And then I don't mind Brown there. Power forward, like I said, really like Saric. Don't mind Davis. Obviously, Simmons, usually don't like him, but he's going to have to step it up, I think, here. But that's just me. Marketing, don't mind him. Really don't mind some bonus. Mirotic, Young. Maybe some Gibson there. Montrezl Harrell, really not sitting that bad at $4,900 there. And then center, if you can get Cousins, I don't mind him, but I'd rather have Joel Embiid. Howard, I really love him if you can't get those two top guys. And Al Horford, half-decent option. Chandler, half-decent option. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. So, yeah, 9-game slate looking pretty good. As I said, last night was pretty good for us. And the night before, we got a 333 and a 361 for NBA the last couple nights. So definitely not looking too bad for us. Here's a lot of our subscribers sending screenshots of their winnings. And then, as I told you guys, golf is coming up tomorrow morning. Would definitely love to have you guys on board on that. This was how I did last week. Won 1,400, and then on the other two, won 400 and 400 there. So, yeah, golf is only $10. You get 2 lineups. We do post this on our golf page. So, would love to have you guys on board on golf. A lot of you guys are actually liking it, so we're going to continue that. Like I said, $10 starts on Thursday morning, and it is a four-day slate there. It ends on Sunday. So, NBA is normal, $40 for the month. 3 to 4 lineups per day for the main slate. And then, obviously, as I said, PGA as well. We will have both of those are on our website. Just click on it, follow the directions. We'll get you all set up. And then, as normal, you will have to have a Twitter to access our lineup. So, our website will be in the comment section. Click on that, and we'll get you all set up. So we'd love to have you guys on board. Like I said, it's still doing strong on NBA, and then obviously golf is doing very good as well. So that is it. Like I said, this slate's not looking too bad. We got, like I said, some pretty good tournaments and some pretty good games out there as well. So definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys do good as well, and we'll see you guys all